latest stories, breakdowns, and insight. Tune in to Pro Football Talk, presented by Chevrolet. Weekdays at 5:30 Eastern, only on NBCSN.
From the director of The Blacklist, Katherine Heigl in State of Affairs, November on NBC.
With the sweetness of a king's Hawaiian bun and the savoriness of 13-hour smoked Texas-style brisket, there's only one thing you can say. Aloha, cowboy. Arby's, we have the meats.
The most important thing that you can do if you're looking to get new windows is to do your homework. Get several estimates.
We want you to shop everybody else first, and then look at our products. You will see a difference. The more you look, the better we look.
I wanted you to hear from my employees because they are the face and heart of Gilkey Windows. We treat you like family because you are. Save with no money down and no interest for 24 months, or save $150 per window. Call or visit us online today.
With the sweetness of a king's Hawaiian bun and the savoriness of 13-hour smoked Texas-style brisket, there's only one thing you can say. Aloha, cowboy. Arby's, we have the meats.
We're behind the scenes of The Blacklist, Monday at 11. From Cincinnati's WLWT, leading the way, this is WLWT News 5 at 11.
Developing now, another UC player is in trouble with the law. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Curtis Fuller. The Bearcats' backup quarterback, Jarrett Evans, is now facing an assault charge. It was a story you saw first on WLWT on our 6 o'clock news. According to court documents, Evans punched another man, causing that victim to suffer a concussion. That person also had to get some stitches. Now, Evans' family released a statement today, and that statement says acknowledging the charges and is asking for privacy at this time. UC officials also released the following statement saying Coach Tuberville is aware of the incident and isn't commenting at this time. This weekend has marked a turning point for Dallas families stricken by the Ebola virus. We are learning more tonight about the nurse who flew to Ohio just one day before testing positive for Ebola. Also, some new details tonight on how her colleague is doing. Early this morning, a hospital lab supervisor who had handled Ebola specimens walked off the cruise ship, where she had voluntarily isolated herself in her cabin. A blood test has revealed she does not have the virus. Doctors say her two colleagues who did contract Ebola while treating Thomas Duncan, Amber Vinson and Nina Pham, are responding well to treatments. At Pham's church down in Dallas, they continue to pray for her recovery.
I know that she's doing well, and her health is improving.
This evening, Amber Vinson's family said they are optimistic about her recovery. Part of a statement released today in which they outline in detail her communications with Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital and the CDC before she traveled to Cleveland and then back to Dallas. Her family says, quote, suggestions that she ignored any of the physician and government-provided protocols recommended to her are patently untrue and hurtful. Meanwhile, if she is symptom-free for the next few hours, Thomas Eric Duncan's fiancée, Louise Tro, will complete her 21-day isolation period. In a statement released today, she said, even though the quarantine is over, our time of mourning is not over.
She lost her fiancé, who is also the father of her son, who is 19 years old. So she lost that, she lost her plans, she lost her dreams.
To a virus that has taken so much from so many. And right now, dozens of healthcare workers are still self-monitoring and being told to stay away from the public. Developing now, we could soon learn more about the child pornography case involving the son of Butler County prosecutor Mike Moser. Jason Moser is being held in the Campbell County Jail right now, facing charges regarding child pornography and distribution. Mike Moser, his father, says he recently learned of the charges and says he will address his staff on Monday to, quote, give them an understanding of what a father is going through. And we could learn more tomorrow about what may be an accidental shooting out in Brown County. That shooting happened at about 8 o'clock Saturday night just outside Fayetteville. A neighbor told us the 62-year-old victim may have been trying to clean his gun when it went off. That victim's name has not been released just yet. Well, we have some sad news to tell you about. Longtime Hamilton Community leader Butch Hubble passed away today. He was the director of the Booker T. Washington Center up there. You know, on many occasions we interviewed him about efforts in the community to stop the violence. He was passionate about young people and giving them opportunities to succeed. Mr. Hubble was also once a police officer with the San Diego Police Department. He was 70 years old. Well, family and friends of a Little Miami football player are helping keep his legacy alive tonight. There was a benefit to honor Braden Thornberry. It will make sure the young athlete is remembered through what he was most passionate about. WLWT News 5's Tammy Mutasa has the story.
Curtis, this memorial benefit was about leaving a lasting legacy for Braden Thornberry, also known as Bray number 25. The outpouring of support was overwhelming.
Everything that Braden lived his life, all the skills that he had, if people could take anything out from it, then they'd be a better person. 25 luminaries for number 25, a young man who lit up his community. Braden Thornberry was a star Little Miami football player, but he died in a car crash last month. You never realize how much we're there for each other until something like this happens, and it's just amazing what everyone's doing for his family.
Family and friends came together to support the 17-year-old's memorial fund. It will keep Braden's memory alive, funding some of his passions, like expanding youth mission programs and helping students pay for sports.
There's so much pain, but these kind of things and this outpouring just creates healing for them.
People enjoyed music and games, and there was a silent auction with $15,000 of donated items, including Bengals and Reds tickets.
He was probably one of those kind of kids that would do anything for you, and everybody knew that. So everyone wanted to just return the favor, whether he knew them or not.
Something friends say said something about him. They hope the community will always carry number 25 in their hearts. Family and friends say this event was a good way for the community to come together since Braden's death. Reporting in Morrow, Tammy Mutasa, WLWT News 5.
And organizers tell us that fund will also help with Braden's medical bills. You see, he spent nearly a week in intensive care before he passed away from his injuries. A local man who happens to be one of the biggest fans of Ellen DeGeneres is on a mission, you might say, to catch Ellen's eye and win a chance to get to see the show in person. John Drury is a truck driver and Zumba instructor, believe it or not. He's actually known as the dancing trucker. And so he set off on a 15-mile journey to not only get some attention from Ellen, but also raise some money for breast cancer awareness.
I'm a big fan of Ellen for 2 years now. I wanted to go to her show, and I thought, I got to do something. I need to go the extra mile, literally, even if it's the extra 15 miles.
Well, good luck to him. Ellen airs right here, of course, on WLWT every day at 4 o'clock. We will let you know if John gets his big wish. A long-standing tradition here in the tri-state, cooking up some long lines and some pretty good food, too. What makes this original Italian dinner a family tradition? Also, waiting for confirmation, family and friends hold out hope tonight after human remains are found. But are they the remains of that missing college student? Plus, the crash that sent a very familiar name to the hospital, who was driving, and how police are investigating that crash tonight. You're watching Cincinnati's WLWT.
It's hard to love those morning routines.
Come on, buddy, let's get up.
They don't always go as planned. But after the shoes are tied and the lunches are packed, we strap in and move forward. It's the Cincinnati way. That's why Mark Hayes, Lisa Cooney, Randy Rico, and Kyla Woods keep things simple so you get what you need and go. Your day can be better when you know what to expect. News 5 Today, leading the way. Weekdays before the Today Show.
The Nissan Rogue. With blind spot warning and intuitive all-wheel drive. Lease Rogue just $259 per month. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Call it heads. It's tails.
We choose chicken tenders.
Now let's have a nice, clean shopping trip.
Friends. Football.
food.
First down.
Kroger can help you save on all the game day favorites you need to feed your home team.
Take home bone-in honeysuckle turkey breast, just $1.49 a pound. And a 5-pound bag of Kroger Idaho potatoes is $1.49. Great food, low prices at Kroger.
County Commissioner Chris Monzel is always on the go for Hamilton County.
Chris Monzel knows it's not the government's money being spent. It's my money. It's ours.
It's like he's watching every dollar spent, just like hardworking families do.
Using strict oversight of the county's Metropolitan Sewer District funds, Chris Monzel helped save county residents $515 million. Treating your tax dollars as carefully as you do. Chris Monzel for Commissioner.
At GMC, the model year closeout is on. Now get the best selection of remaining 2014 GMC models while they last. Like the GMC Acadia with standard rear view camera and rear park assist. Or the GMC Terrain, the highest ranked compact SUV in initial quality by J.D. Power.
During the GMC model year closeout, lease this 2014 GMC Terrain for around $282 per month. See your tri-state GMC dealer.
It's a great big world, and it can all be yours. Here and only here.
WLWT has now been certified most accurate for a 3rd straight year, earning your trust every day because that's the Cincinnati way.
What's better than keeping your kid happy? Keeping everyone happy. The Nissan Pathfinder with Tri-Zone Entertainment. Everyone good? Lease for just $269 per month. Shop at choosenissan.com.
Welcome back, everyone. A Saturday crash in Ohio Township is now being investigated as a fatal crash. State troopers say 19-year-old Austin Hill died while being taken to the hospital by a medical helicopter. Now, reports say Hill was in the car with his mother along with his twin sibling when another driver hit their car at the intersection of State Route 132 and State Route 749. No charges have been filed at this time. Meanwhile, Hamilton County sheriffs are investigating after a person was hit by a vehicle on Interstate 275 near the Blue Rock Road exit this morning. That call originally came in just after 5 a.m., causing the highway to be completely shut down for nearly 4 hours. Deputies still have not released any new details about that accident. We're still working to learn more about this developing story. And developing now in Charlottesville, Virginia. They are still waiting for confirmation on whether a body found yesterday is that of Hannah Graham, the University of Virginia student who disappeared 5 weeks ago. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez reports.
Today, authorities continue to search the rural area a dozen miles outside Charlottesville, where they made the disturbing discovery.
Just divine intervention. It's just something said to just keep on going. So that's exactly what we did. The team came back out. We kept going.
Now, human remains are being analyzed to see if they are in fact the body of missing UVA student Hannah Graham.
Thousands of hours have been spent by literally hundreds of law enforcement and civilian volunteers. We think perhaps today proved their worth.
The 18-year-old vanished in the early hours of September 13th. Her movements captured on 4 separate surveillance cameras. The last time, 1:08 a.m., when she was seen with 32-year-old Jesse Matthew. He was later arrested some 1,300 miles away in Texas and charged with Graham's abduction. He has not yet entered a plea.
This, sadly, is now a death investigation.
For the last 5 weeks, hundreds of volunteers have desperately searched for Graham. Her parents have made public pleas for help.
Please, please, please help end this nightmare for all of us.
The remains were found about 5 miles away from where the body of missing Virginia Tech student Morgan Harrington was located 3 months after she disappeared in 2009. Virginia State Police say they're investigating what they call a forensic link between the Harrington case and Jesse Matthew.
I think what we're going to see now is a very slow, methodical investigation, looking at the forensics, some of which take time, and developing at this timeline that could link the current suspect to these crimes and other crimes.
Near UVA today, where Graham was last seen, fellow students are in shock.
It's really sad to hear this recent development. We're really heartbroken. I think a lot of people have been waiting for news, and I'm hopeful for the family that they are getting closure.
And that was Gabe Gutierrez reporting for us. The community has called off a large search for Graham that was scheduled for tomorrow. Well, the daughter of Hustler publisher Larry Flint is in critical condition after an accident near Dayton. Reports say 47-year-old Lisa Flint was thrown from her car yesterday afternoon after turning in front of a tractor trailer in the Dayton suburb of Huber Heights. Now, police searched the bar where Flint and her female passenger are believed to have been before that accident. At this time, no charges have been filed. Sacred Heart Church in Camp Washington has been feeding the community and its congregation for more than 100 years during its annual Italian dinner. And you know, each year the dinner seems to get bigger, and yes, bigger and better, with people lining the block for their chance to buy a dinner. The night before, dozens of volunteers are there to hand roll, get this, more than 23,000 meatballs, 250,000 ravioli, and fix gallons of red sauce. A daring rescue, and it is all caught on camera. Arguably some of the best video after a man is saved from a burning house. Plus, pumpkin chaos, how a small town's pumpkin festival is overshadowed by a melee of college students. What happened after the break?
You know a place has good barbecue if there's a pig on the sign.
Or pigtails.
Barbecue has a new home because Wendy's has slow-cooked pulled pork, sauced just how you like it, served 3 tasty ways.
Now that's better.
We used to drive a Honda Civic.
I love that car.
But after shopping around, we decided to leave our Honda.
For a new Honda.
The Honda Accord, Civic, and CR-V all have fantastic tech features like Bluetooth, rear-view camera, and Pandora. And even better, all that comes standard.
Gotta love technology.
Start something special with the Accord, CR-V, or Civic from Honda. KBB.com's most trusted brand. At your Honda dealer.
When it comes to selling you a mattress, most retailers are handing you a line. A long line of extra steps that drive up costs and create confusion. At the Original Mattress Factory, we simplify the mattress shopping experience by building mattresses and box springs in our own local factories and selling them direct to you. It's short, sweet, and simply makes sense. So experience more than just the mattress store. Experience an original, the Original Mattress Factory.
I'm Dr. Martha Deaver, wife of State Representative candidate Jonathan Deaver. Don't believe the false attacks against my husband. Jonathan has worked with Republicans and Democrats to strengthen our community. He's active in our church and has started 2 successful businesses here. He's dedicated his career to helping families succeed and businesses thrive. Kind, hardworking, and the proud father of our 2 boys. That's the Jonathan Deaver I know.
Jonathan Deaver for State Representative.
Bruce Lee proved might can be light, conviction, creativity, courage. This is the Mazda way. It's why Car and Driver says Mazda is punching above its weight. Kelley Blue Book says they're fuel efficient, reliable, and offer strong resale value. And for the 2nd year straight, Mazda is KBB.com's lowest 5-year cost to own brand. What do you drive?
Looks like you could use some new carpet and floors. But don't worry, Buddies can help. It's Buddies No Extra Sale. Save hundreds now. What the home centers charge for, we do for free. Free measurement, free delivery, free removal of your old carpet and pad, and free furniture moving. Save up to 40% store-wide now. Special financing too. I told you Buddies could help. Now come on in.
You got a buddy in the carpet business.
It's here, Ford's Great American Tailgate Event, featuring America's best-selling brand. Introducing Ford Edge, Explorer, Escape, and the 2015 Ford Expedition. All powered by EcoBoost technology. Hurry in to Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Now, for a limited time, save on most Ford vehicles with 0% financing for 72 months or get up to $6,500 cash back.
A smile.
They say you get what you pay for. But sometimes you get a whole lot more, like the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger and other great tastes for less from Wendy's.
Now that's better.
In New Hampshire, an annual pumpkin festival, of all things, brought out police in riot gear this weekend. Just take a look at this. Police fired pepper spray into the unruly crowds of young people after violence erupted just off the Keene State College campus. That's in New Hampshire. The melee started Saturday afternoon and lingered well into the pre-dawn hours Sunday morning.
We're all seniors, so this was our last Pumpkin Fest, and the past 4 years have never been like this. It's never, ever, ever been this chaotic.
Authorities say both students and non-students from around the region drove the disturbances. House parties spilled onto city streets, overshadowing the town's annual Pumpkin Festival taking place nearby. Well, back here at home, residents on the west side are upset after learning that tonight's Mingus Pumpkin Festival was the last one, according to a letter on the Mingus family's Facebook page. Now, the festival is being scrapped after 30 years because of new city rules and regulations the family says they cannot maintain. President Obama hit the campaign trail today to lend a hand to Maryland's Democratic candidate for governor. The president gave a speech at a school gymnasium in suburban Washington for Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown. He touted the candidate's experience and commitment to immigration reform, a higher minimum wage, and higher taxes for wealthy citizens in the state of Maryland. Jobs remain a top issue in one of the biggest races right here in the tri-state, the U.S. Kentucky Senate race between Senator Mitch McConnell and his challenger, Allison Grimes. WLWT is bringing you in-depth coverage of this Senate race. We will rebroadcast the only debate Tuesday. Join us on MeTV at 8 p.m. as Senator McConnell and Secretary of State Grimes go head-to-head. Just take a look at this, some dramatic video out of Fresno, California, as onlookers pull a man from a burning home. And it's all captured on video, as you can see. Firefighters say the duplex fire started in the garage, and you can actually hear the woman shooting this video screaming for someone to get her dad out. And moments later, a man rounds the corner, carrying that man over his shoulder. The victim was taken to the hospital, and the good news, he was treated for smoke inhalation, but again, the good news is that he is expected to be okay. Brad Pitt's bloody World War II drama Fury blew right past Gone Girl at theaters this weekend. Gone Girl, starring Ben Affleck, was tops at the box office for 2 weeks before Fury blasted the film to second place. It brought in more than $23 million in ticket sales this weekend. The animated Fox feature, The Book of Life, opened in third place with $17 million.
Now, with the only tri-state forecast that's independently certified most accurate, here's meteorologist Eric Zornes.
Well, hopefully today you had a chance to get outside and enjoy some of that sunshine. Carolyn sent in this picture from the Ronald Reagan Highway over around Coleraine, and you can see the sunshine on the left, but this little feature right here, it's actually called a sundog. It's where the ice crystals bend the light of the sun, give you a little bit of a rainbow, and if you had more of these clouds, it's actually encircled the sunshine in what's called a halo. So a nice day on Sunday. Unfortunately, those cirrus clouds usually signal a system headed our way, and that's exactly what's happening. Currently, not too much to track on the radar. We're looking at dry conditions out there tonight, but the clouds are starting to build in. Now, last hour, we were down around 42 degrees. Our temperatures have actually warmed. That's a signal that we have seen some clouds building in here, and our winds, which are out of the southwest at 5 miles an hour, will pretty much keep our temperatures steady overnight, maybe even warming a degree or two. Places like Mason are at 45, 41 degrees in Batesville. A little cooler out around Peebles now with 40 degrees, 45 in Hillsborough, and 41 over in Georgetown. Morristown. So we did have a little bit of clearing this evening. That's why our temperatures dropped for a couple of hours. But now the clouds are starting to thicken up as our cool front approaches. And as that system gets a little closer, we're going to see more clouds and, yeah, even the chance for a little bit of rain. The good news for your Monday is we're going to see southerly winds, so that'll keep us on the mild side. But by tomorrow afternoon, this cold front's going to swing on through, and that's going to start to drop our temperatures. And Tuesday right now looks like the coolest day this week with highs only in the mid-50s. So for tomorrow, starting off at 43 degrees, we may see a few peaks of sunshine here and there, but overall it's going to be a cloudy day with a high of around 60. As we head through the day, we'll see some on and off showers. It's not going to be an all-day rain event, but we do have that chance for scattered showers throughout the day, with our best chance for that rain between about 3 and 6 o'clock during the afternoon and early evening hours. Then that cold front moves through, we dry out, but the clouds, it looks like they really want to hang around. In fact, this area of low pressure gets caught up on the backside of the Appalachian Mountains. Again, there's that rain tomorrow afternoon, but the system gets caught up, gets stuck here, and that means more clouds on Tuesday with perhaps even a few sprinkles there as well. And then on Wednesday, we'll finally start to clear things out. The jet stream during all of this, pretty much on top of us, dropping southward for Monday and Tuesday. That's why it's going to be cool and cloudy. But by the end of the week, it lives to the north, and that's going to bring in some warmer weather for us. In fact, Friday and Saturday look spectacular. Sunday may be a little questionable. So for tonight, 43 degrees as we end tomorrow, some scattered showers, a high of 61. And your 7-day forecast shows cloudy skies as we head into Monday, Tuesday, and for the first half of Wednesday. Thursday and Friday look fantastic. Saturday, beautiful. Sunday, a little bit of a question mark. One of the models we follow is showing some cooler air building in Sunday and Monday. We'll have to see if we keep in the 60s.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, you know, I guess we're going to have to talk about the Bengals. Whoa, this is tough.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk about that loss. Usually I enjoy talking about the Bengals, but not today. No, but we are taking a look at the Bengals coming up, plus a look at the new AFC North Division leaders. That's next. You're watching Cincinnati's WLWT.
It's Rocktober at #1 Jake Swinney Chevrolet in Tri-County.
With rock-bottom prices on over 700 new Chevys.
Like Traverse, up to $8,000 off.
Now that's a Jake Swinney Chevrolet Rocktober.
JakeSwinney.com.
Good, thanks.
Smart move. Do not want to eat those.
Time Warner Cable makes Ray Donovan go wherever you go with the TWC TV and Showtime Anytime apps.
When are you?
I'm Todd.
Shut up, Todd.
Awesome.
Whatever you're passionate about, we invent better ways to love it even more. Call today to add Showtime. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Live a full life. The Lexus CT Hybrid with an EPA estimated 42 mpg. The further you go, the more interesting it gets. Lease the 2014 CT 200 days for $299 a month for 27 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Discover the Tri-State's premier entertainment and event venue, the all-new Lawrenceburg Event Center, where you can catch the hottest live performances. Hollywood Casino presents REO Speedwagon on Saturday, November 8th. Get ready to rock out to all your favorite classic hits. Tickets on sale now. Your unforgettable night out starts here, the Lawrenceburg Event Center.
It's here, Ford's Great American Tailgate Event, featuring America's best-selling brand. Leading the way, Ford Fusion, C-Max, Focus, and Escape. Winning starts here, so hurry into Ford's Great American Tailgate Event. Now, for a limited time, save on most Ford vehicles with 0% financing for 72 months, or get up to $3,500 cash back.
It's a family-owned business, and they treat me like family, and they treat my customers like family.
You need help with something, they're there on work or off work hours.
It feels like home here.
Everybody just works together like family.
Our employees are family, and so are our customers. If your home needs new windows, become part of the Gilkey family. Save $1,500 when you purchase a whole house of windows and receive no interest for 12 months. Call or visit us online today.
It's Rocktober at Jake Sweeney Kia in Florence.
With rock bottom prices on 2015 Sorrentos, up to $7,000 off.
Plus Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Now that's a Jake Sweeney Kia Rocktober.
JakeSweeney.com.
Welcome back. I'm Elise Jesse. The Bengals looked very uncharacteristic from what we saw in the first 3 games of the season. They haven't been shut out since 2009, and with injuries mounting, the next man up has got to make plays if this team is going to bounce back from adversity. And Marvin Lewis was not thrilled with today's performance at all, that's for sure. And this wasn't pretty. Vontaze Burfict makes a tackle leading with his head, and he had to leave the game with a neck injury, which Lewis called a cervical strain. And then we'll go to the second quarter. Indy led 3-zip. Ahmad Bradshaw pushes through for a touchdown for the Colts. And in the third, Indy was up 10-0. Andrew Luck fires to Dwayne Allen for 32 yards, and Indianapolis goes up 17-zip. Fourth quarter, Andrew Luck, he's looking, he hits Bradshaw, and Bradshaw breaks the tackle and drags the rest of the Bengals defenders into the end zone with him. It's 24-0 at this point. Bengals were trying to avoid being shut out, but to no avail. An incomplete pass, and the Bengals get rocked with a shutout loss, 27-zip.
Jump up and down and beat your head against the wall is not going to help us make a first down or stop a third down. And, that's what we need to do.
There's still so much in front of us. There's no reason to be concerned. I think the only thing we need to be concerned about is playing a lot better and doing whatever it takes to win.
This was a bit of a nightmare game in Week 7 for Bengals fans who watched their team get shut out by the Colts. Andrew Luck led Indy to their 5th consecutive win, while the Bengals have not won a game in nearly a month. Well, as we look around the league, we focus on one of the AFC North bullies. The Ravens laid a smackdown on the Falcons today and gained their 5th win of the year, and they have the Bengals up next here in the jungle. Joe Flacco is 6th in the league in passing after today, and it was scoreless, and it was 3rd and goal. On the 5, Flacco hits Owen Daniels for a touchdown for Baltimore. And the Ravens led the Falcons 20-7 in this next drive. Matt Ryan was feeling the pressure, and he's sacked by Terrell Suggs, a beast. That's his 96th career sack. The Ravens stomp all over the Falcons 29-7. Well, Cleveland was leading this game 6-0 with 35 seconds to go in the first half. Rookie Blake Bortles connects with Allen Robinson. He stays on his feet and goes in for a Jaguars touchdown. Well, in the fourth, the Jags were leading by 4 and kicking, and the Browns will make a huge error here. The ball is loose, and Jacksonville scoops it up, and that sets up this very next play. It was 1st and goal. Denard Robinson runs left, and he gets into the end zone for his 1st career touchdown. The Jags dealing the Browns their 3rd loss of the year, 24-6. Well, the Rams and the Seahawks going toe-to-toe. The Rams led 14-3. Greg Zuerlein kicks the ball right to Stedman Bailey, faking everyone out. It's a race down the sideline, and Bailey gets a 90-yard punt return for a touchdown, putting Seattle in a hole. Well, the Seahawks trailed 21-19, and Austin Davis will throw a dart to Lance Kendricks, and the Rams go up 28-19, and the Rams get their 2nd win of the year, 28-26 over the defending Super Bowl champs. Well, on the big Sunday night stage, just a few minutes before the half, Peyton Manning made history throwing his 509th touchdown pass to Demaryius Thomas to break Brett Favre's touchdown pass record. And Manning hit this number 56 games before Favre did. He finished the game with 510 touchdown passes. Well, the chase continues in Talladega. Eligible drivers will go from 12 to 8 after today, and with guys like Dale Earnhardt Jr. needing a win in order to advance into the next round. Well, the first attempt of the green-white checker, any chance that Dale Earnhardt Jr. had was actually derailed by Greg Biffle.
All right, let's get a final quick check. We're running out of time here. Final quick check of weather.
Temperatures on the cool side tomorrow, clouds, some showers, and then even cooler Tuesday, nicer by the end of the week.
Have a good night and a better day tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Good day.
Some things are not what they appear to be. Other things are exactly what they appear to be. The Lexus IS, as aggressive as it looks. Lease the 2014 IS 250 for $349 a month for 27 months. See your Lexus dealer.
I'm Ken Fallhaber from Fallhaber Nissan on Coleraine Avenue. Get to Fallhaber Nissan's It's All About You sales event. Lease a 2015 Altima 2.5S for only $149 a month, or a 2014 Sentra SB $99 a month, or save $8,500 off MSRP on a 2014 Maxima SV. Remember, at Fallhaber Nissan on Coleraine, it's all about you, I promise.
Fallhaber Way. Found a great online deal on an appliance from a national chain who'll drop it off on your doorstep? Might be too good to be true. What happens if it doesn't fit your space, or it's dented or doesn't work once you haul it inside and install it yourself? Avoid the hassle. At Wrecker & Berger, you'll get the lowest price, professional, free delivery and setup, and we'll recycle your old appliance. Just a few of the reasons we've been Cincinnati's hometown connection for appliances for more than 50 years.
At GMC, incredible thinking is everywhere, like the GMC Sierra, offering the most innovative cargo bed in its class, engineered with the superior strength of rolled steel and backed by 2 years of scheduled maintenance.
During the GMC model year closeout, lease this 2014 GMC Sierra for around $356 per month. Plus, get 1 year of Sirius XM. See your Tri-State GMC dealer.
3 weeks ago, they were ranked #1 in some power polls. Now, they are just ranked. What happened to the Bengals, and do they have what it takes to turn it around? The injuries are mounting. Is this the biggest problem facing this team going forward? Will Jermaine Gresham be around for the rest of the season, or is he really trade bait? And is the preseason college basketball a big deal, especially for the Wildcats? It should be an enjoyable ride ahead on Sports Rock. Watch out! Brought to you by Mike Castrucci Chevrolet. Hello and welcome to The Rock. I'm George Vogel along with Elise, Jesse, and, well, pitchers and catchers report in less than 4 months. How about that?
All right, hold up a second. You can't be giving up on the Bengals already.
Me?
Yeah.
Never. No.
Even though their performance today left plenty to be desired, especially by this guy. The Bengals are out of first place in the division after a crushing shutout loss this afternoon, 27-0. Injuries have plagued this team, but they also talk about this next man up mentality. But today, we didn't see much of that. The Colts sent a message to every team in the league about just how good their defense really is. They blanked Cincinnati, holding them to dangerously low rushing and passing numbers. And if this tells you anything, Giovanni Bernard had just 17 yards through 4 quarters.
This one's over. We got to put it behind us. We'll learn a lot from this football game, and it'll be something that will help us down the road.
We didn't come out with any type of energy. Didn't play well, and this what happens when we don't.
We got to move on from this. Yeah, it's a loss. I mean, we didn't deserve to win this one.
Here's a look at the division standings. One of the AFC North bullies moved into the first place. The Ravens beat the Falcons today to improve 5-2. Cincinnati is second, and the Steelers are third, and they play the Texans tomorrow night.
Well, when Dave Lapham gives his Player of the Game award to the punter, you know it was a long day. And no offense to Kevin Huber, he tied a team record with 11 punts. 11 punts added up to no points for the Bengals. With A.J. Green on the sidelines, the offense was a real yawner. Yes, I will excuse that guy. They had just 3 first downs through the first 3 quarters, a whopping total of 27 yards of total offense in the first half. Essentially, the Colts loaded up the box to stop the run and did not give the Bengals deep ball any respect with A.J. out of the lineup. The Bengals are shut out for the first time since they mailed in that game against the Jets on the final Sunday of the 2009 season. It was truly an offensive display by the Bengals. I mean offensive, downright offensive. The Bengals just 32 yards rushing, 171 for the Colts, just 103 net passing yards for the Bengals. Look at third down, 1 for 13 for the Bengals. And time of possession was a disaster, too, with the Colts holding on to the ball basically twice as much as the Bengals. For more on this debacle, we bring in our Bengals analyst, former wide receiver Tim McGee. Tim, 3 weeks ago, this looked like the Bengals' year. Now it's a complete opposite. Where do you think this team is headed?
Well, right now, they're in a mode of who are we, can we bounce back, how much of the injuries affected us, and moving forward, can we bounce back from this psychologically? They're getting they're getting their butts handed to them in every phase of the game. They're just offensively pathetic, defensively poor, special teams pitiful. It's the 3 Ps, and that's just not a good sign. However, they're going to get their big guns healthy at some point in time. They're not out of the division race. They get healthy, can get back on the roll. Marvin just got to keep these guys going right now, because right now their psyche has to be down. They haven't won a ball game in almost a month now.
Yeah, that is hard to believe. And the running game's hard to believe, Tim, because, you know, they know what they're lacking in that passing game right now. You know, they know they're up against it with a couple guys dealing with injuries. They've got to be able to blow people off the ball, even if there's 8 in the box, and there was just no sign of that today.
There's no question about it. The offensive line got to do a lot better in their run blocking. And what the Indianapolis coach did today, what I thought from a strategic standpoint was very smart. They lined up in a 2-deep set on the pre-snap read, but as soon as the ball was snapped, they went down to what's called man or cover 1. And they put 8 guys in the box, and they dared them to pass the ball. And the Bengals receivers didn't make plays. Andy didn't get on the ball. But once again, you either got to set up the run with the pass or the pass with the run. It's kind of the chicken and egg, but we didn't do either one, and consequently, the outcome just wasn't pretty at all.
Yeah, and it's never a smooth ride in the NFL. All injuries seasons have their challenges. This one certainly is challenging the Bengals right now. What mentality does it take, and do the Bengals have that mentality and the players to turn this thing around and pretend, as Marvin said today, hey, it's a new season next week, let's go get them? Can they do that?
I think so. I think they can do it, because here's the best thing about their injury situation is their number 1 player on this ball club is just weeks away from being 100%. As long as he doesn't re-aggravate that toe injury, they're going to get their big gun back. When they get their big gun back, the dynamics of their offense changes. Hugh Jackson can make call plays, get Gio in space, and you'll see the Bengals the first couple of weeks, the same team you saw the first couple of weeks. You don't really have to get down, because, again, when you look at the division, the Bengals were the team to beat just a couple weeks ago. So moving forward, I think Marvin's got to do a good job of just keeping their morale up, keeping the confidence up, and say, guys, we're going to be healthy at some point in time. As long as we're close into the playoff race, we can qualify for the playoffs, and, hey, anything can happen at that point in time.
All right, Tim, stand by. We're going to send it to Elise with, more injuries today, Elise.
Yeah, the Bengals are getting blitzed by injuries, and what started out as a promising season with a plethora of weapons for Andy Dalton to use has become a story of dwindling receivers, and the defensive unit has not been able to escape the injuries either. Look at this list with injuries like these. The first string has taken a major blow. The next guy has got to step up and fill these voids and make plays, and today that just didn't happen. And Tim McGee is back with me. Tim, before the season even started, you and I talked about how crucial it is for a team to stay healthy, and the health of a team is a direct correlation for how successful a team is. And we're seeing just how important those first string guys are to the Bengals having a chance to put up points on the scoreboard.
Well, injuries they're a part of luck. Luck and injuries run side by side in the National Football League, because you only have 53 guys on your team, so your depth is not that deep, and there's not a lot of guys that you can pull off the street that just come in and play. Fortunately for the Bengals, they don't have injuries where it's been an ACL tear or a long injury where the player's going to miss the entire season. These guys will get back. They will get back healthy, and at some point in time, you're going to see the Bengals get back on the road. The main thing, the main concern right now, everyone's going to have injuries, but you cannot panic. As long as you don't panic, you just take a game one game at a time. And just like Marvin said in his press conference, this is a new season for the Bengals, so they're going to have to re-energize themselves, get their confidence levels back up, and then let this thing play out. But just don't panic right now.
And what is kind of your reaction with Vontaze Burfict? Those 2 concussions at the beginning of the season, then he left again today with a what they called a cervical neck strain in the first quarter. I mean, how is he going to fare for the rest of the season, do you think?
It's been very frustrating from a personal standpoint in watching him play this year. You want to guess, is this the byproduct of giving the big contract too soon? Would his desire, his hunger still be there if he was still playing for that big contract? Would he still be in? I know he's pulling himself out of the games, or maybe the medical staff is pulling him out of the game, but you're not seeing the same player that we saw last year. He's not making the plays. He's not in there. And I am really getting concerned. Is this a guy, by the style of play he plays, is he injury prone, and how will that affect the Bengals? He's their #1 defensive player until Geno gets healthy. They're relying on this guy. He's their leader in every aspect of the defense, so they got to have that guy on the field, and he has to be on the field making plays in order for them to be successful.
Yeah, earlier this week, Marvin Lewis said that he has to learn how to tackle and play the game correctly. But we're going to move on. We have Jermaine Gresham on the block. George has more.
Yeah, could he be on the block? One analyst thinks that's the case. We'll discuss that. And do the Bengals have a chance against the Ravens? That's next on Sports Rock, brought to you by Mike Castrucci Chevrolet.
People say I'm single-minded. But when it comes to properly caring for the systems in your home, actually, I've got a lot on my mind. A lot.
I know how to pick a winner. That's why I only drive a Thompson McConnell Cadillac. And they have your next Cadillac right here, in the only Cadillac dealer still located in the city. The best service, the best sales team, the best cars are from Thompson McConnell Cadillac. I know how to pick a winner, and you do too. Thompson McConnell Cadillac. It's time to win.
Selling mattresses the traditional way isn't the best way. Most are made in a large factory and shipped hundreds of miles to a retailer's warehouse, where the retailer then marks them up and up before finally selling and delivering them. At the Original Mattress Factory, we take a straightforward approach. We have eliminated the extra steps and created a direct line from our factory to you, saving you hundreds of dollars. So experience more than just a mattress store. Experience an original, the Original Mattress Factory.
Bruce Lee proved might can be light, conviction, creativity, courage. This is the Mazda way. It's why Car and Driver says Mazda is punching above its weight. Kelley Blue Book says they're fuel efficient, reliable, and offer strong resale value. And for the second year straight, Mazda is KBB.com's lowest 5-year cost to own brand. What do you drive?
Do you have a drain that's slow? Excruciatingly, painstakingly slow? Well, Apollo will clear that clog and have your drain running fast. Fast.
Welcome back to The Rock, brought to you by Mike Castrucci Chevrolet. We are in the second quarter. Tim, still with us? Thought you were going to walk out on us for a minute there.
I wasn't going anywhere. You got to stretch these old bones out.
You didn't see this. You didn't see this, but after his first little segment, he started to wander off, and you were about to throw back to him. And
yeah.
You thought it was a concussion syndrome or something.
I had confidence he would make his way back.
Reaction there.
Yeah, I'm still quick enough. I'm still quick enough. My lateral movement.
All right, we still have some Bengals topics to tackle, and with the trade deadline approaching on October 28th, there have been some interesting reports surfacing. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport is reporting that the Bengals are willing to part ways with tight end Jermaine Gresham as Tyler Eifert gears up to return from injured reserve with a designation to return. Gresham is playing in the final year of his contract. He had 10 receptions for 48 yards today, but he still hasn't scored a touchdown all year long. The only guys the Bengals will have at tight end will be Kevin Brock and Ryan Hewitt until Tyler Eifert returns. So, Tim, do you think this report is valid?
It depends on your value. What's his actual value? Can they get something in return for him? Right now, there's so many injuries, and you have these lingering injuries. Mm-hmm. If you give up on him, Eifert comes back. Well, what if Eifert gets hurt again? You're really playing. It's very risky. I just don't see what type of value you can get, and if so, the Bengals don't have a point of need right now. They don't. You can't go and get a wide receiver. No one's giving them up. Now, a Percy Harmon situation, that would have been wonderful, but We missed out on that opportunity. So I don't really think it'll happen.
Yeah, I would find it hard to believe, too, because, I mean, if Eifert does come back, who's to say he's going to be able to go? I mean, for long term.
Right.
He's had that dislocated elbow, and it's liable you come back the first week and get hit on the elbow again, and now you're left with those two young guys, and I don't think the Bengals can afford to do that. Not if they're playing for this year, that's for sure, and they should be. Next up for the Bengals is the big bad Ravens. They have been on a roll, winning 5 of 6 games since the Bengals beat them in the season opener. Today, they flew right past the Falcons, winning 29-7. Tim, what do we need to know about the game next week between the Bengals and Baltimore?
Two teams headed in totally opposite directions is what we need to know. Right now, the Ravens are playing great. Steve Smith is just playing fabulous. Flacco is playing good. Their defense is playing very well. The Bengals on the other side, we're hurting right now. We really don't know what our identity is. However, the Bengals had success against them early in the season, obviously. Now it's a matter of, can the Bengals get healthy? You got to get healthy, and if you don't have number 18 out there, it changes the whole perplexity of the game. That kid is the number 1 player on the Bengals offense and team. Without him, we're looking at a totally different team. And just remember, we're still talking about not having AJ, not having Marvin Jones. It is very difficult to recover from that, and we're seeing that with the Bengals team, and teams are just loading up that box on the defensive side and just can't run the ball.
And again, you were talking about the severity of a team's health correlating with a team's success. And right now, I mean, it's just it's a dismal downward turn that we're seeing right now. And they've just got to pick it back up and get those guys plugged in and really step up. The next man up mentality is what they've been saying, right?
Well, we had the next man up, but now the next man up is not doing well. So there are no more men. We've run out of bodies, so we need really someone to step up, make some plays offensively. I was really disappointed in the offense. If you would have told me they wouldn't have scored any points, or
130 yards passing too.
1 out of 13 on third down, that is just something that you just never would have imagined in a Hugh Jackson type offense. So they really struggled in every aspect of the offensive game plan, and they were outcoached, they were outplayed. They didn't establish the line of scrimmage. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't pass the ball. It was just one pathetic performance.
Well, a team who did not have a pathetic performance today, the Rams. They had a number of tricks up their sleeves today against Seattle. The Rams led 14-3. Greg Zuerlein kicks the ball. Trayvon Austin makes everyone think that the ball is coming his way, but the Seahawks are way off. It goes to Stedman Bailey, and it's a race down the sideline. Bailey with a 90-yard punt return for a touchdown, putting Seattle in a hole. And Tim, grade this play for us.
I got to give that play a perfect 10. That play fooled me. It fooled all the experts. It fooled the camera guy. The camera guy. I think it fooled everyone but the actual St. Louis Rams. And the thing about it, I was amazed at the guy that made the catch. Yeah. He made it over the shoulder. Yeah. I returned punts my entire career. That is an extremely, extremely awkward position to catch a punt. Typically, you want the ball to come between your shoulders. This guy caught it over his shoulder, and the return man, the supposedly return man, he did a great job of acting. That guy needs to be in Hollywood.
Yeah, that was a perfect play at the perfect time, and they pulled it off. Kudos to the Rams. Next up, our friend Boomer Esiason tossed out this nugget on the pregame show. His top 5 quarterbacks under the age of 30. He has Andrew Luck, of course, Russell Wilson, who's won a Super Bowl ring, Joe Flacco, who has one, Colin Kaepernick, and Cam Newton rounding out the top 5. Tim, you and Boomer were always on the same page when you played together.
We were.
You tried to be.
Yeah. That was our goal.
Are you on the same page with these 5, you think? Or?
I'm going to, when I look at that, I'm going to somewhat agree with Boomer on that, but I still would put Andy Dalton in there.
Yeah,
I would definitely put Andy in there because a lot of those guys have a bigger, better supporting cast, and they're asked to do totally different things than Andy's doing. They don't ask Andy to go out and win the ball game. They ask him to manage the ball game, and he's done well. And when you look at the number of wins throughout the career, Andy Dalton is ahead of most of all, if not all, those guys.
Yeah, and a couple other names that were brought up in the argument. Matt Ryan, Matthew Stafford, pretty good numbers there, but it's hard to argue those top 5, but I was kind of surprised, when you look at that list and Andy Dalton's out of there.
You know
given what he's done his first 3 years.
When I looked at the stats, I kind of understand why Boomer would have chosen those top 5. I'm only basing this stat on yards so far. I mean, Andrew Luck has over 2,000.
Well, yeah, he's ridiculous.
Joe Flacco has, over 1,600, and, Andy Dalton is ranked 20th in passing yards so far in the league with over 1,300, but I get where he is kind of picking or plucking those top 5.
2 of the last 3 games have not been kind to Mr. Dalton, that's for sure. When we come back, you don't want to miss one of our favorite games to play here. We'll talk Kentucky basketball, college football, the World Series, and around the big deal or no deal when we return on The Rock, brought to you by Mike Castrucci Chevrolet.
Hello? Nothing for the back, man? Hey, ladies, this dude's got flavor.
Grab Rally's garlic parm fries and sticks with crispy seasoned fries, cheesy mozzarella sticks, and garlic parm sauce. Grab a box. Rally's.
It's in the bag.
All new. 2 words you hear a lot in this industry. 2 words we seem to accept without actual proof. But in the case of Chrysler 200, new is actually happening. Like getting better highway fuel economy than Camry and Fusion, and outshining them in safety. Come see for yourself before the deals are gone at the Chrysler Great American Drive event. Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200 Limited for $232 a month.
Looks like you could use some new carpet and floors. But don't worry, Buddies can help. It's Buddies No Extra Sale. Save hundreds now. What the home centers charge for, we do for free. Free measurement, free delivery, free removal of your old carpet and pad, and free furniture moving. Save up to 40% store-wide now. Special financing too. I told you Buddies could help. Now come on in.
You got a buddy in the carpet business.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Time when truck guys can depend on great offers on the 2014 North American Truck of the Year. Chevy Silverado. From the family of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. It's Truck Month. Trade up to this Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star Edition for a total value of $8,500. See your Tri-State Chevy dealers.
Monday, before you root too hard for Red to get his villain.
You don't have a vote.
You should know the actor calls Cincinnati his hometown. We're behind the scenes of The Blacklist. Monday on WLWT News 5 at 11.
We're back with more Sports Rock on a Sunday night, and it's time to move on beyond the NFL to some other topics floating around out there in the world of sports.
They're just floating out there. To do that, we will play one of our world famous games, and this game is so simple I don't have to explain it at all. In fact, maybe I can't explain it because I'm so simple. It's called Big Deal or No Deal. It's as simple as that. We toss out something that happened in the world of sports, and someone will try to decide if it's a big deal or no deal. So at least that's about all I can tell you. So why don't you get it started?
All right. Well, the college basketball coaches released their preseason poll this past weekend, and our buddies in Lexington are #1. The Kentucky Wildcats picked up a possible 24 of the 32 first-place votes. So, George, Kentucky #1. Is that a big deal or no deal?
I say, well, let's see. There's a lot of Kentucky fans watching. It's a big deal. It is a big deal if your team's #1. No matter if it's preseason, you want it to be at the end of the season. But to be #1 is a big deal because not that Kentucky needs it, but you get all kinds of attention, and they get that anyway. But I would like to be #1, ranked #1 in the preseason poll. I know preseason polls are somewhat meaningless, and they were #1 last year in some polls going into the season, but I see it as a big deal. It's great for the program. It says, hey, we're still here, everyone still respects us, and everyone thinks we're the team to beat. I would rather be the team to beat, to be honest with you, because that means if people think that at the beginning of the year, you've got plenty of talent, and you can't win without talent, right?
I think I disagree with you on it being a big deal.
Go ahead, go. You've got on the blue jacket.
I do have on the UK colors right now, but I kind of disagree with that because they haven't even started play. It doesn't start until November, and you know that every team has injuries that could happen to them. I think that they are to be respected. They have the Harrison twins coming back and a lot of big playmakers, but what happens to that team if one of their 6'6" guards goes down with an injury, or a few of them do? That's the big thing.
They just plug in another one. Have you seen this roster?
That's very true, but in 2012 they ranked in the top 3 and they went to the NIT. So
I know.
I don't know. Preseason poll, no big deal to me.
All right, we're going to switch gears to college football now, where there are 15 one-loss teams ranked in the top 25. Just 4 teams are still unbeaten, including both teams from Mississippi, who will have to play each other in the Egg Bowl in the final game of the season. Tim, with all these one-loss teams heading down the stretch toward the inaugural college football playoff, is this a big deal or no deal at all that there's 15 one-loss teams?
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
How do you select? Remember, college football, you don't play the same teams.
Right.
So when at the end of the year, when the selection committee has to select these minimal teams to go to the playoff, what's the criteria here? Can you go on strength of schedule? It is very difficult to say this team is better than that team when they're not playing the exact same team. So I think I'm loving the parity. I'm loving the system, and it's going to create an environment because you're going to have someone left out in the cold
Right,
with
one
one loss. And you know they're going to be complaining, and you know what, all the way to next year. So I am loving it, and it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's such a big deal. I think this 4 is going to blow up to 8 in no time in the playoffs. Because I see a bunch of one-loss teams, a bunch of teams that may even get left out of their conference championship with one loss and can't play for that right to get another win. So I think it's a big deal, even though it seems like we go through it every year.
And when you get that one loss.
Yeah.
You get that one loss at the beginning of the year versus the middle of the year versus the latter part of the year. That determines a lot. You lose the last 2 weeks of the season. Look at the SEC. One of their teams are going to lose in the SEC championship game, and it's going to cost them a playoff.
Absolutely. And that Egg Bowl is going to be huge if those 2 Mississippi teams.
Oh, yeah.
All right, our final topic, we turn to Major League Baseball and the World Series. The Kansas City Royals are making their first World Series appearance since 1985. And as for the San Francisco Giants, they're making their 3rd appearance in the past 5 seasons. For baseball, that means no participating teams in the Fall Classic east of the Mississippi River. Tell me, Tim, is that a big deal for Major League Baseball?
Absolutely. It's a big deal because we're talking about the entertainment value. We're talking about television ratings. We're talking about you want New York and L.A. That's the perfect situation for Major League Baseball. You got these 2 small markets, or one small market team and another one on the West Coast. I think it's a huge deal from a rating standpoint, from a notoriety standpoint. And baseball is already suffering a little bit. They needed the Yankees playing against the I almost said San Francisco 49ers, but the San Francisco Giants. So, yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, thanks a lot, Tim. Hopefully we see you again next week. Up next, one final order of business on The Rock, brought to you by Mike Castrucci Chevrolet. Stay on the bike, Tubby.
People read a lot, and I'm talking about a book that you pull off the shelf, not the kind that you read in an electronic. You need to be able to smell the page, and you need to be able to really feel the page.
Hello, Jimmy John's.
Special delivery, just for you.
She got this for you.
Jimmy John, freaky fast delivery.
Ads attacking Allison Lundergan Grimes on immigration have been called false, bizarre, and hypocritical. Only Mitch McConnell has voted to give amnesty and taxpayer-funded benefits to 3 million illegal aliens, the largest legalization program in U.S. history. Mitch is at the heart of everything that's wrong in Washington, from hypocrisy to greed to gridlock.
I'm Allison Lundergan Grimes, and I approve this message because I've never supported amnesty or benefits for illegal immigrants, and I never will.
It's a great big world, and it can all be yours. Here and only here.
I loved my Honda Civic, but the time came for a new car. So I looked around and decided to leave my Honda for a new Honda. The Accord, Civic, and CR-V all have EcoAssist, plus an Econ button for better fuel efficiency. Driving a Honda can save you a lot of money over time and fuel costs, so I got a personal trainer. Oh!
No churros!
Don't want the churros!
Start something special with a fuel-efficient Accord, Civic, or CR-V from Honda. KBB.com's most trusted brand. At your Honda dealer.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter of Sports Rock, and it's time for some Did You See This? It was Midnight Madness on Friday night, and is that John Shaft? No, it's Tubby Smith. He was just displaying his sense of humor at Texas Tech when he rode a motorcycle but wiped out. So here's a note to the women of Texas. Don't get on the back of a bike with Tubby.
No,
don't do it. But you could end up like that.
Mrs. Smith wouldn't want you on the back of the bike anyway, right?
No, probably not.
I think she might have a little problem
Maybe
with that.
she should take that note, not to ride on the back of this bike.
Have you been on the back of a bike?
Yes, I have. I had to think about that for a second.
I know how to pick a winner. That's why I only drive a Thompson McConnell Cadillac. And they have your next Cadillac right here in the only Cadillac dealer still located in the city. The best service, the best sales team, the best cars are from Thompson McConnell Cadillac. I know how to pick a winner, and you do too. Thompson McConnell Cadillac. It's time to win.
I got buns. Who wants to see my buns? You gotta take me on a date first, baby.
Rally's legendary Big Buford is now 2 for $5. Rally's biggest and boldest burger. Big Buford, 2 for $5. Rally's.
It's in the bag.
Prepare your son for success in high school, college, and beyond. Moeller High School engages him with rigorous academics, personal mentoring, and a strong faith-based community. At Moeller, we create momentum for life. See it all at Moeller's Open House Sunday, November 2nd from 2 to 5 p.m.
Bruce Lee proved might can be light, conviction, creativity, courage. This is the Mazda way. It's why Car and Driver says Mazda is punching above its weight. Kelley Blue Book says they're fuel efficient, reliable, and offer strong resale value. And for the second year straight, Mazda is KBB.com's lowest 5-year cost to own brand. What do you drive?
At a time when women were told to sit down and leave more jobs for men, Ruth Lyons stood up and built an empire.
And then took her deep pride for Cincinnati.
And started a campaign that's transformed the lives of hundreds of thousands of tri-state children.
This year we celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Ruth Lyons Children's Fund.
Your generosity will bring joy to children in 17 area hospitals. Share a gift, touch a life, donate today. Visit WLWT.com or call this number.
Cincinnati's WLWT, leading the way at 11.